Go for second best, baby. Go for the best and find the right doctor for you with Zocdoc. You've got more options than you know. Zocdoc is free, and the websites where you can search and compare highly rated in-network, baby. Those are the words that taste delicious. In-network doctors near you, and instantly book appointments with them online.
What I love about Zocdoc, y'all, is that they have like real patient reviews. So they be in these review streets roasting these doctors. And I like that Zocdoc lets me read real reviews from real people.
Go to ZocDoc.com/rivalry and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/rivalry. ZocDoc.com/rivalry.
Guys, listen, Sibling Rivalry, our debut performance at the Castro Theater for Sibling Rivalry Live is happening January 5th. January 5th, we're going to be at the Castro Theater.
We've performed, for Sibling Rivalry, yeah, we've performed together at the Castro.
I said the debut of Sibling Rivalry Live is what I said.
That was like my debut of 57th Street on the north side, on the East Block.
Anyway, go to Bob and oh my God. Go get your tickets to go see us at the
You can go to
Theater.
seethedragqueen.com and you can find your ticket links there. Go to seethedragqueen.com.
But you really should go to monetexchange.com and get the tickets through there.
Y'all, Netflix is a joke, and me and Monet happen to be absolutely hilarious. Sibling Rivalry going around the world, and by around the world, I mean literally San Francisco and LA, so kind of just California.
So if you want to come see us for the Netflix is a Joke Festival, it's going to be on May 5th, which is almost my mom's birthday. Come see us and go to monetexchange.com to get tickets.
Well, what's your mom's birthday?
May 9th.
Okay, go to seethedragqueen.com and get your tickets. That's not your mom's birthday.
It's almost.
Macaro.
Life is a cabaret, old chum. I want to see you be the MC.
No, thank you.
Aren't you the theater girl? What's wrong with you?
Doesn't mean I want to play every role. Do you want to be in every opera and sing every song?
I mean, why don't you want to do the? Let's talk about why don't you want to be the MC?
It's not a character that speaks to me. I don't think I can sing it. Also, and I mean, I feel like it's specifically probably should be a character played by maybe like a Jewish person or something.
Got it. Fair. See? Okay.
That's what I think. Do you want to play the MC?
To be honest, I've never seen the show Cabaret. All I know is that clip I've seen of Alan Cummings doing that beginning. Meine Damen und Herren.
Meine Damen und Herren, willkommen, bienvenue, welcome.
Fremder,
étranger, stranger. Glücklich zu sehen, je suis enchanté. Happy to see you, bleibe stay.
Okay, that little glissando. Okay, all right, glissando. Yes.
I don't perform for your approval.
But that glissando was nice. That little you did a slight little portamenti to that next connecting.
I know what I did.
What? Where?
Describe it to the audience.
What note?
You can describe it to the audience.
What was it? Do it again. Let me hear.
The portamenti. You know what it was. And it was only flight.
That was very nice. It was very nice.
Last night at Monet's interracial elephant.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was there. His name was James, and he was like, "I want a charcuterie. Is it rude to go get a charcuterie?" And I was like, "Well, just go buy like a pre-made charcuterie, or just order one on route." He was like, "I don't want a pre-made one. I want to make a charcuterie." I was like, "You want to go buy the ingredients for a charcuterie?" And I was like, "I don't know if it's rude. If you're supposed to bring something, just if you just go over and say, hey, do you guys mind? They probably won't care." So I said,
James
Andy
is a chaos agent. James is on 12.
Yeah, way worse than me. Way worse than me. So I said, Andy, Andy, would you be offended if I order some, I want some cheesy queso dip. Do you mind if I order the ingredients to make it here? And it was like, of course, go ahead. Have any of you ever done this? I ordered the food and I was like, oh, it's almost here. And then I see my phone go buzzer. I ordered the food to my house.
Damn.
So I now have the ingredients for a queso dip in my home that I'm clearly not going to be eating. I have done this a few times. There have been times where I once ordered a pizza to Assad's apartment because the Domino's app had Assad's address in there. So I just bought Assad and his friend's pizza that day.
Well, I'm really very into food, and I don't make mistakes like that. I will make sure that I will triple check. I've never had that happen to me before.
Have you been tagged in that picture online? It's an AI image of this little Caribbean girl running from this woman.
Yes, I have.
Can we please put it on the screen if we have it? That shit is so.
Can you?
How do you feel? Do you have
Can
any
you
thoughts about
explain
it?
what it is?
It is what it looks like is a little Caribbean girl like holding a pot of food, running from like what appears to be her mother, and like she's like gleefully like she's like smiling as she has stolen this food, and she's just running from who appears to be some sort of a maternal figure, and it's really low key.
Oh, someone
hilarious.
tagged me in it. They said a couple Twitters, a couple tweets tagged me. One said Monet stealing the curry goat from the pot. One said Monet stealing Julietta's food.
Do you have? Can you send it to the group? I don't have it. Can you send it to the group? How do you feel about it? How do you feel about it?
I feel it's very offensive, and I don't like stuff like that.
Why does it offend you? What offends you about it?
I don't want to get into it, but it really hurts my heart.
Do you don't want to talk about it?
No, I mean I don't care. It was a while ago though. I don't know if how I don't think I can go back that far in my mentions.
I'll try to find it. I don't have Twitter on this phone, but that shit.
Wait, did you take Twitter off your phone?
No, I have two phones, and I have my iPhone here, and my real phone is in the other room because it was charging.
Y'all, Bob bought
Took
that damn, what is it called? The Frunk?
the tank.
The tank phone. It is, first of all, it's so heavy.
Should I get it?
Yeah, go get it and show these people that ridiculous phone. So if y'all don't know, first of all, and TikTok be working on Bob. This nigga will buy anything he sees on fucking TikTok. So he bought this new phone. It's called the Tank, and it can go up to like a couple like months without a charge. It has this crazy flashlight on it. It's just, it is literally like it's fucking heavy. It's literally one of the bricks they threw at Stonewall. I'm pretty sure. And he is like has it at this party, just like showing it off, and it is so silly. I'm trying to find this picture of me.
Are you going to Kim's White Elephant party tomorrow?
Yeah, and it's today.
Oh, it's today. What are you going to bring?
Oh, so I'm bringing this this Drew Barrymore popcorn maker that I got from the MTV Movie Awards. They sent it as a gift thing with like for winning the thing, and then so I'm bringing that.
What makes it Drew Barrymore themed?
It's her. She is her company.
This is the Tank. It is a beast of a phone, a behemoth of a phone. And what makes it interesting is I have not charged this phone in, I think, 6 days now. Y'all, it is at 70%.
But you also haven't been using it though. If I just didn't put my
I use my phone.
Huh?
I use the Tank.
Like as your phone? Like you use it for what?
Not as my phone, but I use it to watch videos. I scroll through it. I've been like playing with it. I don't have a phone that can last for 5 days and get down to 70%.
I think my phone.
This phone has an insane battery life. That's like the whole selling point of the phone.
Interesting.
Your phone can't do this, Monet. My phone can't do this. This phone can't. This is the newest iPhone that can't do this. This phone is on 50%. I charged it this morning. This phone's on 70%. I charged it 5 days ago. So,
here it is. I found it. I found the picture, y'all.
The picture of what?
Of me stealing Julietta's lunch.
Let me send it to the group chat with me, you, and Jacob.
Okay.
Oh my God, that shit sent me through the moon. Through the moon. So Monet, we're gonna. I wanted to talk about something. I thought about doing a little video today on TikTok, but I decided to talk about it here. Um, every bit of Monet and I, all the advice we give you guys, this is for fun. Don't take the advice. This is all kikis and cackles. Some of it we just be really goofing and acting silly on, but also be wary of folks in these streets who be out here like, take my advice. It's
Wait. Wait, what? This is this your disclaimer or someone's? I'm confused. What's happening?
It's our disclaimer, but also a couple of like, there's too many fucking like advice, self-help guru people on the internet.
Yeah, I agree with that. That is very pervasive. It is a lot.
And like, y'all, I'm again entertainment. I'm a comedian. This is all for kikis and cackles. Do not take this advice. Go seek out your rabbi, your therapist, your mentor, your parents, your pastor, your imam, whoever you get your advice from.
Not your mima.
I said imam.
All right, let's go to the first question. Jacob.
But also, that advice I just gave you, you don't have to take that either. I'm just joking.
Hi, Bob and Monet. My name is Seven. I'm 20 and from New Jersey. I just wanted to ask about something Bob had mentioned in an earlier episode. He said that when people tell him to smile, he realized they were uncomfortable with his presence. And this really stuck with me because as a Black woman working in customer service, there's always expectations to smile or always be positive. So much so that people always assume I'm sad or mad, but that's just how my face looks. And I was just wondering if you guys relate in any way or just have any advice on how to deal with this.
Before I answer, do I look like a turtle?
You look like Eternal.
My head is like kind of like a shape like a Ninja Turtle right now.
I mean, I guess I can see that, but no, not particularly.
I've started doing this. I think I'm gonna stop doing this, but I've started doing this thing now where if you comment on me looking unhappy, my go-to reaction now is to make you feel as uncomfortable as I feel with you calling me out for that. So I have this stock response that I always give, which I think I'm gonna stop doing it because it's escalating. If anything, I'm aware of that. But someone goes, you know what question I hate? Ooh, this question is you cannot ask someone this question. There has to be very specific circumstances where you can ask the following question. You really tired? You just tired? You're pretty tired, huh? Don't do that shit to me. I don't care if I am panting, wheezing, and my eyes are literally doubling over. Don't ask me if I'm fucking tired. Don't tell me I look tired. That shit pisses me the fuck off. So, someone says, are you mad? Or are you upset? I always say, no, I just have a shitty face. And I go, no. I'm like, now we both feel awkward, bitch. Yeah. I like them apples.
I don't think I have the same response about being tired. That it doesn't perturb me in the same way. But I think as for your question,
You be cheesing.
I think if that
you be cheesing.
I think that when it comes to like customer service and stuff like that, I think that your boss or your manager, whoever, the reason why they may harp on that a little bit more is because they're trying to sell an experience, right? They're trying to like you being their customer service person at although I'm assuming a retail store or something like that. Because if people are coming up to you and saying smile more, I'm assuming it's at that. It's not like a phone one or whatever. I think because they want to like give this vibe that their store is so happy and the workers are happy to help and all that stuff. So I think that's why. So I think it may maybe looking at because I mean I have had the experience where I go up to someone at maybe like Target or something and they just look mad and I won't even ask them for help because I'm like they look like they're having a bad day. I'm just not even gonna even engage in that because I don't want to upset them even more and I'll go out my way to find someone else. So I think there's a layer of that as well. So I think maybe look to maybe a different position, but also you should feel free to express yourself how you want. But when you are working in customer service, people want they want you to sell the experience so that you are happy and that you are happy to help. So I don't know.
But the litmus is different, specifically for women and for Black women and for queer people, especially Black women. because you got the double whammy going on. For not smiling as a black woman is not the same as not smiling as a white man. So if you go,
for sure.
So when people go up to like a,
but I will say for me, for both of them, if I see a white dude on aisle 7 and he looks angry, he's
talking about looking angry. The difference between like not smiling and looking angry. So when I feel like let me just say this, when a black person, a black woman is like not smiling, then she looks angry. Or when a black person is not smiling, we look pissed off and mad. But when like a white man is not smiling, he's just like hanging out and chilling and relaxing, maxing all cool and all, choosing to be ball outside of school. And I think that
I disagree though.
Do what?
Like if a white dude is stacking boxes and he's working at Target and he's doing this thing, and he's just sitting there like he looks like he doesn't want to be, maybe not angry. They look like they don't want to be bothered. So if you're not smiling,
they're smiling while stacking boxes.
They're not smiling, but you have seen those people. They're like you don't want to be bothered, as opposed to just like. It's like a different vibe, a different energy between those two things.
But I'm saying that little subtle difference that you're doing, people put that on black people more than they put it on white, but they put it on women more than they put it on men. Whereas a man could just be like, "How many bags do you need?" Whereas a woman goes, "How many bags do you need?" This bitch got attitude all of a sudden.
I guess in context of the world, I do know that to be true.
You can't not have it. You can't not have.
I'm talking about my experience when I am getting customer service help. Like that's just not what my experience.
Let's insinuate that you have somehow escaped the bias of the world that we all are part of. Even people. By the way, even black women do this to other black women. We all have these biases inside of us that we have to be actively trying to not engage in. Even black women.
I'm telling you that is not my experience.
Even black
women,
have
that.
Let me just finish my statement. Even black women be thinking other black women be having stank face. Why I don't like her? Because she thinks she's cute. All this stuff in our heads. And I think that if you're willing to engage with the notion that maybe you have some biases that society has put into your brain, as opposed to being like, I am just above bias.
I'm not saying now you are making a very big leap. I am not saying I am above biases. I'm talking about this specific instance, this specific situation. And that is not something that I possess. Of course, I am a human existing in this world. There are many biases that I walk out of my house that I am dressed in every day. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. So don't put that in my mouth. I'm saying that my experience with this specific question about customer service, when I see someone who is just like, there is a different energy and a different like vibe to someone. And it's very subtle. And when you want to engage in for help and what feels warm and welcoming and inviting, I'm saying that is a specific bias that I don't experience. I take that at face value for whether you're black, white, green, purple, yellow, male, female, non-binary, whatever. That is just my own thing. But also, that's just me. Like some people have biases that other people don't have.
But do you see how that gives I don't see color?
No, I don't.
That's interesting to me. All right, what's the next question?
Wait 1 second, I'm just loading it up.
Wow, Jacob.
So I'm a very basic white girl who is also very bisexual, but I don't really know how to be like accepted in queer spaces at all. I'm not the type of person to like get bangs or like get a nose piercing. So it's confusing off the bat. But a lot of my like gay and lesbian friends have been a little like invalidating, about like being like kind of implying that I'm not queer enough to be part of like any conversations or go on with them. And I'm like, I don't really know what this is based off of because like none of you guys have seen Paris is Burning. So it's not like a report card thing. Like, is it literally just like that I'm basic? Is it like the bisexual? Like, I didn't like poppers that one time. I did them. So I would love some advice about like how to be more accepted in queer spaces when I really am just like basic white girl who looks straight, like looks very ally. But I'm like, I'm very bisexual. I promise.
What is she talking about? We went from poppers to
I think some of all the things she's tried to do to signal that, hey guys, I'm one of you. Well, accept me. So poppers. is a which I guess we talked about this before. Bitches be doing poppers on the dance floor sounds so crazy to me. Anyway, did I go first or you go first last?
I can't remember. You go ahead.
I think yeah. Listen, I don't. There is a part like you want to feel included. You want everyone to know that you're down. Like you want at face value, you want people to know that bitch, I eat pussy. Like I get that. But and just because you don't have a septum piercing or you don't have like anything that feels like a little alternative and a little like queer, I don't know. Maybe just start wearing be one of those bitches back in 2000s. I remember in New York City there was it was a trend where people would get these like rainbow seatbelt buckles, belts, and like when people had those on, like you knew they were gay. So maybe you just need to do a few more outward expressions of your fabulosity. I think can go a long way. Like wear more rainbows, or like I don't know, put a little rainbow flag in on your Instagram bio, like little things to signal if you want that outward projection that you are part of the community and that you are queer. You just gotta signal a little more, girl.
Can I say a very controversial statement? Bring back basic white girl allies. Even if you're not an ally, bring back basic white girls. Like maybe Manic Panic can stop selling hair dye for a month and just see if nature can heal itself. There's nothing wrong with looking extra. You know what I mean? But I feel like you don't have to prove your queerness to anybody. Your bisexuality does not have to be 50-50. Bitch, if your bisexuality is 95-5, you're still bisexual. You don't have to prove it by going out and dating men or dating women. You don't have to prove your attraction to anyone in the world. That's not how that works. I'm someone who's like very visibly queer. People see me, although for some reason my mom swears up and down people can't tell I'm gay. We've had this conversation. Jacob's been there for this conversation. My mom swears up and down that until I say I'm gay, until I say the words I'm gay, no one knows, which is, I think, precious of my mom. But that's just not my experience. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
That is certainly not my experience. But maybe gaydar is just all for boomers. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. But girl, like you don't have to fucking prove yourself and get you some friends who are gonna be like my Kennedy is a lesbian, well, like a bi lesbian, and just like I'm a bi gay guy, but like Kennedy just reads as like this like straight white girl a lot. People just be like, oh, she's just, especially before she got all these tattoos. People used to be like, and this straight girl, and Kennedy would just kind of be like, either sometimes she's speaking like, I'm not straight, or sometimes she'd be sitting with her girlfriend, she'd be like, this is my girlfriend, or something like that. But she just kind of like this like plain looking white girl. She's like, it just is what it is. I'm a plain, what do you want? I'm a plain looking white girl. You know what I mean?
But I will say it's not her friends, it's her. She's like, I want to look more queer. She's like, I want to look more quear. Her friends are her. It's not like her friends are like, girl, we are fine.
But it's not like she's wanting to do it to signal to her friends. Like it's not just her friends. It's like she's trying to signal to people around her that she is more queer. And part of me is like, it's okay to just be like, but I will say this: if you're trying to get more pussy, then you might want to signal your queerness a little bit more.
I was just about to say. I said she probably wants more. She probably wants more action.
If you're trying to get women in your life, you probably need to signal your queerness a little more to get women in your life. I will say this: because of how queer I read, I don't attract a lot of women because of how queer I read. I wouldn't even know how to hit on a.
Because you're a fag.
Yeah. Now I'm the one with the bag. They call me bitch. Now look who famous and like.
Oh my god, you're obsessed. So you're obsessed.
I like Tajik a lot. I do like Tajik. Yeah, I like Tajik.
You're no. Just like it's obsession.
He was one of my top artists a few years in a row. So yeah.
I know. But listen, also because I am so, I also love looking very gay. Like, bitch, it's literally how I dress. Like, I dress very, very gay. So, and I feel it's very affirming. So it may be like you want to feel more affirmed in your queer identity, and I get that. And because I never really had to do that, I've had a big butt and thick thighs, and I know there are straight people who have that stuff too. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about a gay person. I'm a gay person with very feminine features, and I've loved having that my entire life. So
Is the butt
I
what makes
get
you gay?
wanting. Say it again.
Did the butt make you gay?
Oh, for sure.
Like as the butt gets bigger, do you get more gay? As it gets smaller, do you get less gay?
Yes.
So if you start like,
so that's why I've been doing my Brazilian butt lifts to get these motherfucking these cheeks popping, because I don't ever want to be on the other side.
Got it.
So I get how validating it feels to look gay and be that. So I think you just want to be more faggy. Like, fine, just wear more rainbows, boo.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Dye your hair blue.
Yeah. Yeah. What do women do to look more gay?
I think that it depends on what kind of woman you're trying to attract. A lot of them cut their hair short and wear polos.
Mm-hmm. Get a pixie cut. Get a pixie cut.
No, not a pixie cut. Get a James Dean. Get a James Dean.
What's a James Dean?
Let me try it down. Them white James Dean lesbians be cleaning
James Dean. Is that a haircut?
Just Google James Dean. The haircut that James Dean would have.
Oh yes. Oh bitch. I would fuck this bitch.
Baby,
I would fuck her.
These white James Dean lesbians be
I would fuck her.
cleaning up.
Yeah, that's hot.
Telling you. I think there's a whole James Dean lesbian vibe. If I type in James Dean lesbian, does anything pop up? I feel like there's a lot of James Dean lesbians out there.
I would fuck a James Dean lesbian for sure. No, nothing pops up.
Well,
but I know the girl. I know the girl you're talking about, though. I've seen this person many times.
Yeah,
especially riding through us old Silver Lake.
Yeah. All right. What's our next one, Jacob?
What is the black version of the James Dean?
James Brown. Hey.
No, a Khadijah. A Khadijah.
Oh yeah, Khadijah. But she's.
Hey, Bob and Monet. My partner of 7 years and I recently moved to New York City, and we went open. We only hook up together, and I noticed that we tend to only hook up with well and down guys. That is what we're working with as well, and it's also what's tended to feel the best to us. I wanted to ask our resident size queen, Monet, a change, and also, Bob, is it okay to be a size queen, or should we broaden our horizons? Best size queenery.
Okay. First of all, they're like, me and my boyfriend, we just happen to only hook up with guys with big dicks because we also have really big dicks. And like everyone, they got just a lot of dick just floating around this apartment.
He wants to advertise. It pays to advertise.
Also, didn't he sound like Nick? I went first. Your turn.
You know, I'm not a size queen, and I would say there's an average to small dick to no dick at all is not a deal breaker, but sometimes a big dick can be a deal maker. That is how I always say it. If you have an average penis, small penis, or no penis at all, that is not a deal breaker for me. Sometimes that can also be a deal maker for me as well, honestly, depending. I mean,
so is everything everything is a maker?
Not everything's a deal maker. Not everything's a deal maker. You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes the deal maker is like this person's tall. Sometimes the deal maker is this person has nice pecs. Sometimes the deal maker is this person has nice legs. Like there's like one thing that this person has that like pushes it over the edge for you. You never had that?
What's Monet's deal maker in your opinion?
Oh, what do I think it is?
Yeah.
Being able to lift her off the ground easily. I think if you can show that you can lift money off the ground like without breaking a sweat, then she'll probably be like, oh, this gave you an extra 3 or 4 points. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, but you probably have other deal makers too, like maybe like nice arms. Actually, do you?
I like hands. I'm weird. Hands and teeth are deal makers.
Do you
If
know
you have
that girl
nice,
on TikTok who's always like, I gotta stop doing this. I'm gonna stop reaching for TikTok because you apparently you're like Simone Biles' husband. You've never been on the internet. You don't see things.
well, I have not. So I know I go in waves. I have not been in my TikTok for
But
like
do
a
you know the
couple. Like
girl
a month.
who's always like, I'm a dying breed.
No.
She said this. She's this really funny black girl on TikTok who. Anyway, you just did. Okay, I'm officially vowing to not mention any more TikToks to Monet. It's done. It's a wrap. But you were saying, Monet?
What was I saying?
Hands. You like hands. You're weird.
Well, like hands and teeth are like deal makers for me. Like if you are cute, like if I'm like on the fence and like I see your hands, I'm like, I know that's so weird, but I'm like, oh yes.
What on these hands? What about the hands?
Like they have to be like a
How are
nice.
your hands? Would you hook up with your hands?
My hands are okay, but like like Andy has not. Have you ever seen Andy's hands? Andy has nice hands.
I've seen them, but I haven't taken note of them. But I have seen that Andy has hands. If someone asked me to vouch, I would say yes, Andy has hands.
Andy has nice hands, and so I like
Can you
a
please
nice
give us
manicured,
descriptors of the
like
hands?
a nice manicured finger. But I'm not saying you go into the nail salon, but like nicely like they're
You
like
have
well taken
manicures.
care of. Huh?
You have manicures.
I do, and like I need to see the new growth. Like I had to a nice healthy new growth.
Wait, but is it about the size, shape? Because what you sound like you're describing your hands, but you're like, my hands are fine. What is it about Andy's hands?
And they have to have like a nice size, like a nice width. Like I don't like
big.
skinny.
What's a nice size?
Like big, like not skinny, but like not like overly fat hand, but like a nice like weight. I can't describe it. I just like the hands. I don't know. Are you that one friend in the friend group that loves to treat yourself? It's okay. Honestly, we all do it. And you know you, right? You get that pedicure and you get that extra 10-minute foot massage and you get the green tea infused lotion. Like you refuse to make coffee at home because that fancy coffee shop is the best one downstairs. Well, if you treat yourself to the top options with everything in life, why settle when finding a doctor? It is your health after all, girl.
Enter Zocdoc, the place where you can find and book tens of thousands of top-tier doctors, all with verified patient reviews. So don't settle. Go for second best, baby. Go for the best and find the right doctor for you with Zocdoc. You've got more options than you know. Zocdoc is free, and the websites where you can search and compare highly rated in-network, baby. Those are the words that taste delicious. In-network doctors near you, and instantly book appointments with them online. And once you find the doctor you want, you can just book them immediately. No more waiting awkwardly on hold with a receptionist.
Also, like what I love about Zocdoc, y'all, is that they have like real patient reviews. So they be in these review streets roasting these doctors. Oh yeah, Dr. MacArthur, she was late. Her breasts stink. And she has horrible bedside manner. Like they really be letting these doctors have it. And you know what? When these doctors have the nerve to charge so much money, I can review how I want to. And I like that Zocdoc lets me read real reviews from real people.
Go to Zocdoc.com/rivalry and download the Zocdoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/rivalry. Zocdoc.com/rivalry. Do you want to critique me and Jacob's hands?
Oh my God, what are you doing?
I want you to critique me and Jacob's hands.
You look at, I mean, that's a bad picture, Jacob. He's fucking rolling through mud.
Is that Andy?
Yes.
But his hands look mangled. What is this?
I know. See, look at Andy's hands.
Bitch, these look like fucking skillets.
I'd like a big hand.
These are like Paul Bunyan. All right, talk about my hands.
Well, you have very nice hands. I like your hands. I wish that they were more manicured though. That's the only thing. Like, but you have like the weight and size of your hands are great.
All right, talk about Jacob's hands.
I can't see Jacob's hands.
Oh,
well, Jacob is small.
I have Barbie
Jacob
hands.
is tiny. Girl, bitch, Jacob can put your entire around your thumb. Jacob and I, girl.
Jacob has beautiful hands.
He has beautiful hands, but they're small. Jacob's very small.
Yeah, they're very beautiful little petite hands. I love my little baby's hands.
Okay, go jerk him off another episode. Is every episode you're gonna be jerking
about
Jacob
Andy's
off?
hands for 18 minutes.
Asked me.
I can't say 3 words about Jacob's hands.
Every episode, you and Jacob are just.
I can't say 3 words about Jacob's hands.
That's you and Andy at game night, Monet.
Wait, size queens. Is it okay to be a size queen?
Oh yes. We lost the question. Listen, I think if you like big dicks and you feel like you can take those better and those feel better in your body, then I think yes, you are allowed to be a size queen. Like I don't think there's shame in being a size queen. Don't let other people shame you for being a size queen. Like if that's what floats your boat and that's what gets you really hot and that's what makes you want to come, then go ahead, like live your life.
It sounds like you want to explore other stuff, though. It sounds like you're interested in exploring other things. I mean, are there other parts of the body that you also find erotic? Does it have to be a big penis? Does it have to be in your butthole? Does it have to be? What about the butts? You know what I mean? Like, for example, I'm someone who notoriously loves a little booty. A little booty. I like a little booty.
Is that what you and I were never a thing?
I don't.
Well, he also likes big booties.
I like big
he
booties.
He just likes booties in general.
Booty from the lumbar. Booty cut that so far. Booty.
Yeah, I also have love for big booties too, and I have love for little booties. You know what I mean?
One of my favorite.
What about medium booties?
I mean,
wow. So you hate medium booties?
I feel like sometimes the little booties are medium booties because they're like little, but they're like a little plump, but they're like.
Bob, everything is a deal maker. Hey, you said I like little booties, I like big ones. We said, what about me? Well, I like medium.
Okay,
like everything.
A medium booty wouldn't be a deal maker for me, but a big booty or a little booty would be a deal maker. Like a little booty, a medium booty is whatever, but if you have a big booty or a little booty, that gives you extra points for me.
Got it. One of my favorite memories is Bob. You had came back. We were at your apartment in 180 Fort Washington, 160. Where were you at?
Oh my God, I don't remember. 180, 162. I don't know. 180, 164 Fort Washington. How about that?
164. It was 84 Washington. That's what it was. And we're at your old house, and then I hadn't seen you for a while. Oh, this is in the pandemic, and I didn't see you for a few. I didn't see you in person for a week. So the first time I came over to your house, and I was doing a lot of biking, and I walked past you in front of you. You go, Monet. I was like, what? He's like, Monet. I was like, what? He's like your ass is ridiculous.
Who I said this?
This is all like you see me so bad. It was just very funny to me. You're like, because Bob always does this thing. He'll like say something like that, and you think it's gonna be like a serious conversation. Like, I'm like, oh my God, what happened? He was like, girl, your ass is crazy.
I think the main reason you and I didn't work out is because when I met you, I was really skinny. You're not a skinny guys. I was very skinny when you and I first met. You used to always be like, you're so skinny.
You were very skinny.
But you'd be like, you're so skinny. It was like that, y'all. It wasn't like, oh, I'm observing that you're skinny. It was like, you're ill. No, she didn't
literally
say
never
she didn't
said
say, but she did go, you're so skinny. And I'd be like, yeah, I'm skinny.
I think you're inferring a lot of what you think my intention
Why
was.
Why was your lip doing like a Viola Davis playing Michelle Obama on Lifetime?
Bob,
that said, Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney.
Was that a real thing? Did you ever watch it?
I didn't watch it, but it was real. Mitt Romney. I know Michelle had to be like, why you do me like that? You they've met? They must have met.
Oh, Viola and Michelle?
Yeah.
I would assume, yeah.
I'm gonna name some very famous people, and I'm gonna you tell me if you ever met them, even if for a second. Like spoken and shared words, okay?
Okay.
Elton John.
Wait, if I've met them?
Yes, you.
No.
Laverne Cox.
Yes.
Lil Nas X.
No.
Who's the guy who plays Magneto? Jacob?
Sir Ian McKellen.
Ian McKellen.
No.
All right, now you do me. Just name some famous queer people. Like, have I met
queer people?
Yeah. I did all queer people, yeah.
Wanda Sykes.
Yes.
Victoria Monet.
No.
Cynthia Riva.
Yes. One more.
Candy Burris.
She's queer?
Yeah.
Are you making that up? Or are you fucking with me?
I'm not. Candy hooks up with women and has in the past, yes.
Oh, I've not met her. I feel like she moved to Atlanta after I moved. When was she on with Housewives?
No, she's always been in Atlanta. Candy's like born and raised in Atlanta.
80, 80, 80, 80. Sorry.
Well, she's from like South at like she's like from Gutter Bucket.
You know, Nene's not from Atlanta.
I know her and Nene were like in the same area.
I said, you know, Nene's not from Atlanta.
I know, but they were from the same area wherever that is.
You know where she's from?
No,
Queens.
Oh,
Nene
but Nene and like
Nene
they had like a high school something in Atlanta though.
I mean, people move. You know, didn't you go to high school? Didn't you go to middle school in Atlanta? You ain't from Atlanta.
True. Okay, we gotta go. We are girl. Get next question.
We already done 3. 3 is a lot for us. Don't rush us. Don't ever rush us.
Hey Bob and Monet. My name is Nathan. I'm 30 years old. I am based in Bristol in the UK. I am a queer, non-binary person of colour. And recently I have put on a bit of weight. I fluctuate with my weight anyway, but since the lockdown, I've like got the biggest that I've ever been. And I love my body. I am very comfortable in my skin, but I am really struggling to express myself in the ways that I usually do, in terms of the way that I dress. And this is difficult for me because this means that I am basically just dressing very, in quotation marks, mask most of the time and not really exploring that femme, in quotation marks, side of me. And I was just wondering if you had any advice.
Macaroni?
Ooh, I mean, I would say, like, as you know, over my life as well, my weight has fluctuated, gone up and down, and I've always, but more in my mid-20s, I started dressing more femme. But when my weight was up, I found it more comfortable to dress femme when I was bigger because I could feel like I could wear dresses, I could wear like flowier things. So I find it interesting that you find it you have it the opposite. You feel like the more weight that you have on, you find it easier to dress more butch.
I think they said that they are still dressing butch. I think they just find themselves still dressing butch as opposed to choosing to dress more butch. That's what I think I heard.
What I'm saying, so if you want to express yourself in a more feminine way, I feel like it's easier to access that in my experiences when because you can like go get some nice like sundresses, or if you're in the UK, so bitch, I know it's fucking cold as hell in that bitch. You can get you some flowier things over there, because the question is how can they express themselves in a more femme way
and with their new body,
and with their new body, right? Yeah. So I say, me and Michelle Visage, and a lot of people, not just us, but we specifically,
the only 2 customers.
We've shopped at Primark a lot, and Primark, and I guess living over there, y'all probably like, ew, Primark, but me as an American, I know we have them here, but I still fucking love it. Primark has so many great things you can find. Potato, stop it! Primark has so many like great.
Okay, go ahead.
What?
But I'm hood. Okay, continue. Sit your ass down in there.
Primark has so many options that you can get like different like things that you can wear to suit your body, to make your body look really fierce. So I say go to Primark, go to River Island, and I would also take a little pop into what's that place?
Is Bristol near River Island?
River Island is a clothing department store.
Oh, I thought River Island was a place in the UK.
No. Go there. I think Primark is my number one though. They have so many different options. The fucking places are so goddamn big. You can find so many things.
Interesting about fashion and bodies. I probably gained about 60 pounds since I was on Drag Race. So my body's changed quite a bit as well. And as you grow and shrink, you realize what you like about your clothes isn't just the clothes. You like the way the clothes land on your body. So as your body changes, the clothes are landing differently. So you don't like that item anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Also, maybe you're the kind of person who maybe where you get curves is in the hips, and that makes you feel your non-binary fantasy. So you'll want to wear something tighter. Maybe where you gain weight is in the shoulders, and that does not help you feel your whatever. Maybe I am a belly and booty bitch. That's where all my weight goes in my gut and my ab. They come in a pair. That's what that is where I gain most of my weight. Um, and I have noticed that the larger I am, but I also think the older I am, the more flowy my clothes have become. I just as in my age, I've gotten a lot more modest. I feel like Monet met me at the beginning of my modesty journey. I've always been relatively modest, to be honest, except I used to wear little shorty shorts back in the day a little bit here and there. But I just I just always dress modestly. I'm someone who wears boots and pants practically all year round. I mean, I famously went on a cruise, and I only bought a pair of, and I only bought Doc Martens, and I was on the beach in some Doc Martens looking crazy as hell.
Were you really?
Yes, because
I
but
cannot.
have you ever seen me in a flip flop ever? A thong flip flop? Have you ever?
No, but you do. You wear Crocs. If you're going to the beach, I thought if you're going on a cruise, I'm like, oh, he at least brought some Crocs or something.
Well, I started wearing Crocs like 2 years ago. This is years ago.
Got it. Yeah. Also, I will say this too. Like, in what's in trend, what's trendy right now, what's in vogue is like baggy clothes. Like everyone is wearing like oversized t-shirts, oversized jeans, oversized pants. So, bitch, take this moment and like get you some oversized things to make yourself like look trendy, but also dressing your body in a way that feels comfortable, like how you want to present yourself to the world.
Also, hot take: learn to sew.
Yeah.
One of my friends, Keisha Carr, makes her own clothes all the time,
Oh yeah, she
and
does.
I just be like, honestly, slay, live, laugh,
No,
love.
I see. I think
And
I
I think
realize
that
what
she
bothers
uses.
me.
I think that making her own clothes helped her discover her non-binary identity as well.
I think what I discover what bothers me when you say that is that I know you're not saying it to me, but I am the one you're talking to, but you're also talking to everyone else, and that's why it irritates me.
What irritates you?
You're like, my friend Keisha Carr. I'm like, bitch, that's my
Why?
friend,
Why
and
are
I
you
know her as
always
well.
so?
I know, and I just in real time. I said, I get it. I know what you're explaining to them. I get it, but I'm listening to it, so that's why it irritates me.
Well, can you process silently?
Nigga, don't tell me how to fuck to process my feelings and emotions. How
Well,
about
that irritates me. How about that? And I'm
Whoa,
now,
whoa.
and I'm just now realizing that when you process out loud, I get irritated. We're all having revelations. Book of Revelations, chapter 12, verse 17. Ha! Neither shall they hunger no more, neither shall they thirst. Ha! Get ready, ha, for the revolution. Ha! 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 Oh! Oh!
Oh,
One
Kirk
of my neighbors the
Franklin.
other day was I was sitting outside on the porch talking to a friend, and my neighbor was like, Bob, and I was
Shut
like,
up!
oh my god. I was like,
Wait, they said what?
he was like, Bob. I was like, oh my god, hey. And because he was because our balcony is right above the community balcony, the
Oh,
rooftop. And he was like, I was like, oh yeah, I've been home for a few days. He goes, oh, I know.
Which neighbor?
Ladies owner.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did you stick up for me? Did you finally say about that fucking mutt?
She is a mixed breed, but we're not gonna use the word mutt. She's a labradoodle. And but I was just gagged when he goes, oh, I know. I was like, ate me up with that.
Bob, is there some part of the world that you live in that you think that you're a quiet person?
Well, it just didn't register me that people are like existing outside. Like there's not like people like what like I don't share this wall isn't this wall is shared with a garbage chute. Like this is the garbage chute back here,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no one above me, and that's just the courtyard. So I was like, oh, this room is so far away from everything.
Nigga, you have windows. You have doors.
Listen, I know you and my neighbor should get together and talk about how loud I am because he was like, I don't care.
He's like, I just know you're home.
Are they old or are they young?
They're young. They're
Ladies
about
owners.
my age.
Oh.
There's one neighbor in my building who lives in a duplex. There's 2 apartments that are combined.
It's fierce.
And I was like, I want to come see. And she's like, oh yeah, for sure. But I happened to be like coming and going, so I couldn't see that day. I was like, okay. So I texted her. I was like, can I come see the apartment? And she was like, yeah. No, but then she didn't respond for like weeks. And she was like, oh yeah, come over. And I was on the road. And then I was like, oh. So I got back and she didn't respond. And then she always responds like a week later, like, yeah, come over. But I want to see this fucking duplex. Like, how do they convert 2 apartments
I want to
to
see
one?
too. I want to see too.
I want to go fucking see. Maybe I'll text her again and be like, I know it's been, is it weird now to be like, I know it's been literally been months, but can I please come see your apartment?
Yeah, y'all live in the same building. Yeah, I don't think that's weird. They're like, hey, I'm back in town from the road.
It has been years since she offered to show me her apartment. I also do not remember her name.
They'll be like, hey, this is Bob and blah, blah, blah. I'm back in town. Would love to come see the place still.
I think she saved in my phone as duplex.
I do that too. If I don't know your name, I'll save you as how I got your number. So
I want to see the fucking apartment.
I want to come.
Comment below if you want me to do if you want me to film an apartment tour for my neighbor.
You know what I saw on Facebook the other day? I logged on Facebook the other day, and I saw that queen's name, Complete Destruction. I just think it's just still such a funny drag name.
I mean, it's something. I remember one time
I just thought it was funny.
Me first made fun of me actually like hitting with a whip. I guess now people's drag names are full sentences. I was like, bitch, your name is literally a full sentence. Your name is Mimi. I'm first. You have a fucking conjugation, everything up in there. You have a proper noun.
I am going to bury this dog alive. Can y'all hear it barking?
The name of that is me, not Mimi. As in, say again.
Can y'all hear the dog barking?
We did hear that, yeah, but it's like very faint in the background, and
well, it's not faint to me.
I'm just trying to stand up for the dog because in the house where he's constantly bullied by you and Colleen.
Where's Andy?
He's working out with someone.
Oh, working.
Give me 1 second. Just give me. Oh my god!
Yeah, have y'all noticed that there have been someone breaking into Monet's house on every podcast since the dawn of time? Someone's always breaking in, stealing something. There's a ghost in the apartment. Always the dog's screaming.
Let's go to the last question, Jacob.
Right. Sorry, it's pulling it back up. Here we go.
Hi, Bob and Monet.
Oh, my phone went right.
Hi, Bob and Monet. My name's Anthony. I'm 21 years old and I'm from Calgary, Canada. I'm currently a theater major and I'm writing a play for my playwriting class about stand-up comedy. It's kind of a love story / a success story about someone trying to break into the comedy business. I love both of your guys' stand-up comedy, and Monet, when I saw you this summer at the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival, that's what kind of inspired me to write this and to keep diving into more stand-up comedy. So my question is, how does one write a good and funny stand-up bit? I'd appreciate any advice because that's proven to be the hardest part of this process. The plot stuff is easy, but, getting some good, effective stand-up bits in there that would be loved by all audiences is kind of proving to be difficult because I've never written stand-up before. So I'd love any advice on that for a first-timer. Thank you both.
Ooh. You want to go first? Yeah, I just went first.
Do my eyes seem like they're half closed?
Do your eyes seem half closed?
Like I've been told to have like my eyelids always seem like they're like halfway like shut.
I can't say I've ever noticed that about you, but
this seems wild, right?
No, that seems normal.
This seems normal?
That's wild. That's wild. But the one just before that was normal.
Yeah. This feels crazy. I feel like I am in. This is too much. Who can hold their eyes this wide? By the way, this be blue-eyed people. People with blue eyes. You're best friend blue eyes. They'd be like, "Hey,
Jacob."
No, Jacob's eyes aren't that wide, but some blue-eyed folks be like, but yeah, this is where my eyes rest. You don't see the difference between this and this. I feel like an insane person right now. Open your eyes a little bit. How do people maintain that?
I think that's why I don't think they're, because it's forcing us for us.
When it comes to stand-up comedy, first of all, it sounds like you're trying to write a one-man show or a one-person show versus a stand-up. And also, baby, you do not try to write stand-up that will be universally loved by everyone. That is not a thing. You can have a lot of people like it, but you cannot please everyone. You cannot please everyone. You have to let that go. You have to think most important is that you think it's funny. Do you think it's funny? And then you have to find your audience, right? Like for someone like, say, Matt Rife. Matt Rife found an audience who thought that what he was doing was funny for a long time, and they turned on him because he turned on them. And then they're like, not funny anymore. You know what I mean? Or a comedian who like Dane Cook back in the early 2000s was a very controversial because not a lot of comedians thought it was funny, but he sold out Madison Square Garden, so someone thought it was funny. You know what I mean? You just got to find your audience. So instead of trying to write for your audience, write for yourself and let your audience find you. And secondly, I will say this. I just find a concept that I either think is a little bit funny or I find a concept that I find interesting and I try to extrapolate on it. So something I would say is interesting, like I think I used this example before. Have you ever noticed that when people walk out in the rain, they kind of low-key look a little bit like Jesus? They always walk out and they always go. And they put their hands up. Something about that is funny to me. Now, that's just the very simple premise of it. And then you find ways to stack on top of that premise, and then you make that funnier and funnier and funnier. Or I did a bit on something that's not funny, and I extrapolated on it and made it funny, was exploring misogyny in the queer community and amongst men in general. And why do I think that AMAB people tend to be more misogynistic than AFAB people? And I talked about, and I compared it to the Salem witch trials and showed how misogyny was prevalent in the Salem witch trials and how their misogyny took them to such extreme lengths that they were shoving women off cliffs just to prove that women are bad when they have a small amount of agency. And then you try to find the humor in it without punching down, if that makes any sense. You can see it's toward the end, like the last third of my special Woke Man and Address. Yes, there's a plug for me. If you're a patron, it is available. I mean, it's available on Patreon and on YouTube, but the patrons saw it first. So how about you, Mo? Oh,
Only for
sorry,
me,
last
how
thing
I
I'll
go
say
about
is, in my opinion, you have to build a comedy in front of an audience. You have to test it out. Keep trying it, workshopping it, finding what parts are good, and then finding that perfect kicker, that perfect punchline.
Yeah, for me.
All right, am I boring you? Did the question bore you? Monet said your show boring.
No.
Monet said your show boring as hell.
So I've done both. I've written both stand-up comedy and a one-woman show, and I think the difference in both of them, the similarities were for stand-up comedy, I like find like different things that have happened to me, like different events that have happened to me, and what I find funny about those. And then when I journal these things that I think that I've had to me that are funny, I write down what I think is funny about it, and then I, to Bob's point, extrapolate on what I think other people will think are funny about it, and then I've worked the material out with friends or in rooms, and then I get the best bits of what made that thing funny, and I put it all together to be a joke. For a one woman show, I didn't go in thinking like I'm gonna write a show about this. I was just journaling, and I was reading old journals, and I was writing, and I was writing my time from middle school to college, and then from college to Drag Race, and then from those things, what will begin to reveal itself is you will find a common thread between those things, and then after I had all the stories down together, then I treated it like stand up, and I was like finding chunks of it that I thought were funny and different situations that I thought were funny, and then I would extrapolate on those things and find the smaller bits of it that were funny, and then condense it all to be little chunks, and then those chunks became a full story from beginning to end, if that makes any sense. But I didn't go in like, I'm gonna write a one woman show about finding my voice. Like, it just kind of, it revealed itself to be that that's what the story was about, if that makes
A
any
couple
sense.
of interesting thing about humor. There's a couple ways to get a laugh. One of them is subverting expectations. So a great example is when Jinx Monsoon on the roast of who's y'all roasting, Monet? Ross?
We're roasting
Oh, at the
anyone.
roast, the Kennedy Center on a roast.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
She said Trinity, when she broke up with her last boyfriend, she just said, "Let's just be cousins." So you're subverting. You're expecting her to say, "Let's just be friends," but she's playing on the fact that Kennedy is involved in some sort of Alabama inbred sex. So she said, "Let's just be cousins," because she subverted it. She tricked you. It was a misdirection. It was a misguide. She misdirected you, and she subverted your expectation. There's also like obviously a pun. And there's also absurd humor. So, what's his name? He had a special called King Baby. His name is Can you Google that, Jacob? King Baby comedy special. His name is Jim Gaffigan. Jim Gaffigan does this entire bit about pie. Now, pie is not inherently funny. It's not. Cake and pie. But he went on about it for so long, and I mean for so long, that it just became hilarious. He would not let up about it, and he kept joking about how long he was going on, and is there another pie joke? Will there be another pie joke? I couldn't possibly tell another pie joke or a cupcake. I can't remember if it was cupcake or pie. It was all about cupcakes and pies. He's going on about how a muffin is just a cupcake with no icing and all this stuff, and it just kept going on and on forever. And the absurdity became the humor. So is it subverting expectation? Is it misdirection? Is it absurdity? Is it sometimes when you just say what everyone else is thinking, that can be like I can't remember the comedian who did it, but he was like, you ever notice in a picture when you lean in like this in a picture, you look at the picture, there's still 4 feet between you, and you're like, oh yeah, I did know, I have noticed that. That's crazy. And then you can go into absurdity by going on and on and on and on and on about that. Anyway,
Also, there's also insult comedy. Maybe you're a good insult comic. Maybe your thing can be all just ripping on other people and just reading them. Are you among your friends group? In your friend group? Are you the reader? Are you the one that's always like cracking everyone up because you're reading other people? Maybe that's your thing. You're an insult comic.
and in the insult comedy, you can use all those other techniques to still get the things, layers. I love talking about
Like an
comedy. I
onion.
love talking about comedy.
Comedy.
Well,
Bob, we answered so many questions and we helped so many people
I have to
today.
go. I have therapy actually, and I have to drive there, so I have to go.
Okay, good. I hope you get the help that you need.
Are you coming? It's couples
No.
therapy. Court
No, thank
ordered.
you.
So if you don't come, you'll be arrested.
Why you got to list up
Court ordered. Bye, everyone.
Bye.